Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. And on this Cricket Happenings show today, it's going to be the preview of a very exciting T20 match which is coming up. And especially the reason I say it's exciting in South Africa is because South Africa's king of batting, AB de Villiers, is coming back after an injury, and since April, I think 2016, this will be his first international match, and all eyes would be on AB de Villiers. And also, he has already sounded a warning with the very first match on his comeback when he was playing for a local side there. He slammed a century, so that really says that AB de Villiers is someone, I mean, we know he's a force to be reckoned with, but we all know that what is the excitement he actually generates in the stadium when AB de Villiers bats, because as you know, he's a 360-degree player, and to bowl to him is it's a very onerous task. I mean, and you know, he's a very big specialist, as you know, in IPL, scored a lot of runs, and tomorrow South Africa and Sri Lanka are playing their final T20 match. And as you know, scores are level, and there could not have been a better opportunity for AB de Villiers to come in and take his team to victory. So South Africa definitely looking favourite, especially considering the fact that Sri Lanka are largely crippled, and the reason I say crippled is because their captain Angelo Matthews, who was limping and actually levelled the T20 series, is out of the mix, so he's gone. So that's a big blow for Sri Lanka. And then they have also, and Dinesh Chandimal is going to be the captain in his place, and they have also lost Danushka Gunatilaka, who was on the top of the order. He was a very attacking player, but yes, Niroshan Dickwala, to me, in this T20 series has been doing a fine job, I reckon, because Niroshan Dickwala and Dhananjay De Silva have been able to supply some very good starts. It is all about the other batsmen who have not really come to the party, and that's what Sri Lanka will be hoping now. And also Nuwan Pradeep has also gone back. So that is the main blow would be Angelo Matthews, because he's not only the captain, and he's a wonderful contributor, as you know. And on that day, even by limping without getting a runner in the final over, he smacked 2 sixes of smuts to actually level the T20 series. So definitely that is going to be sorely missed, there's no doubt about it. So just doing a preview of that, as I said, let's have a look at South Africa. As I said, tomorrow is going to be, looking at the way things are panned out, and with AB de Villiers coming back, that itself really tells me that South Africa are looking favourites to win this series. But Sri Lankans could really put up a good fight, and one has to see how that goes. And especially the reason I say that is because Sri Lanka have lost their kingpin Angelo Matthews, and he makes a big difference, let me tell you that. So let's have a look at the team. Now the other good thing, now Lungi Gidi has been very impressive in his T20, and that has really helped himself get a spot in the one-day internationals. And Lungi Gidi, let me tell you, is a 20-year-old raw, aggressive pace bowler, and not only that, with his pace, he's also able to keep the runs down, and that really matters according to me. And Lungi Gidi is going to be closely watched in the first one-day international, and I'm sure tomorrow will be the final T20 that is going to be playing, that is in this third T20, last match of the series, but we will definitely see him, I reckon, in the one-day series, and I think he definitely deserves a chance, because I feel he has not only been taking the wickets, he has been very economical too, and he has been knocking the top order of Sri Lanka. So let's have a look at South Africa. So the opening would once again be, South Africa will be hoping that, all those debutants really, other than Lungi Gidi, we have not seen anyone who has played a long innings or probably gone on to really impress. Lungi Gidi has been extremely impressive, and that's the reason he finds himself in the ODI squad for the Sri Lankan series. So Smuts, whether it is going to be De Bruyne and Eno Kun, they have been able to get starts, but they are not able to go forward, and that is what is important. And tomorrow, the man who is coming in at one drop, the king of South African cricket, AB de Villiers, and I'm sure the crowd at Newlands will be rooting for him, and they would be just standing, giving him great ovation as he just walks in after a gap of almost not an year, I would say, probably 7 to 8 months. So AB de Villiers, it will be good to see AB de Villiers back in action, and he is also coming on the, as I said, he has just slammed a century on his first match on his comeback in a local game. And David Miller, now David Miller and Farhan Bahardin, I thought both have done a fairly good job. Farhan Bahardin is still going to be the captain, so AB de Villiers will be going to be playing under Farhan Bahardin tomorrow for a change. And Farhan Bahardin has been doing his job to a nicety. David Miller has been delivering too, so that is a good thing. And now AB de Villiers coming in really strengthens the South African team. And Mangaliso Maselo is the wicket keeper. Wayne Parnell, the bowling. If you look at the bowling, Imran Tahir did a decent job. Lungi Gidi has been the most impressive according to me. And also, AB de Villiers will also have a close look at him tomorrow, and he could probably see how he could use Lungi Gidi probably in the one-day international series where AB de Villiers has been named the captain. Wayne Parnell has been improved bowler. Andy Falcao has not really been up to the mark, but nevertheless he still is a good bowler. He's still learning his ropes, I would say. And as far as Sri Lanka are concerned, let's have a look at Sri Lanka. Now, looking at Sri Lankan team, if you look at it, the problem area for Sri Lanka in this T20 series has been the top order. Top order, the opening has been pretty solid. When I've seen Niroshan Dikwala, who has been really rattling along very nicely in the company of Dhananjay De Silva, who has also been looking very good. So the opening start has been pretty good, but the problem for Sri Lanka in this T20 series, if you really have, one has noticed keenly, is that the problem starts after the first wicket falls, and then it comes to the talented batsmen like Kushal Mendes, Asela Gunaratne, Dinesh Chandimal. Dinesh Chandimal tomorrow is going to be the captain in the absence of Angelo Matthews, so he would be definitely expected to perform and score runs, and he should be the one who should be leading from the front according to me. And then Kushal Mendes is another one who is also due for some runs according to me, because he has not really gone on to really put a nice score on the board, and that's what we are wanting from Kushal Mendes now. Asala Gunaratne, yes, he has definitely impressed with the ball, but we are also wanting to see him do his batting. Now Sekoge Prasanna has not been able to bring up his real pyrotechnics here. He has been failing, but let me tell you, Sekoge Prasanna on his day can be really devastating. I can tell you that very clearly. Tikshila De Silva on his debut, so he has already made his debut now. He also has something to prove here. And then the bowling will be in the hands of Lakshan Sandakar, who had a dream debut in the second T20 match where he picked up 4 wickets. And the good thing is that Nuwan Kulashekara and Suranga Lakmal will be hunting together with Isru Udana, who has also bowled well in the T20. So, but as I said, for South Africa seems to me the favourites, as I said, after Angelo Matthews has left the Sri Lankan squad, and after once, if AB de Villiers would have not been there, then I would have said this game could have been probably quite close. But with AB de Villiers coming back, and based on the form that he was in on his very first match in a local game, I'll have to say that South Africa look absolute favourites here to take the T20 series 2-1. But nevertheless, one hopes that Sri Lanka really make it an even contest by putting their best foot forward and giving some stiff competition to South Africa in this T20 game. So tomorrow the final T20, and that will decide. So whichever team wins takes the T20 series. So good luck to both the teams there. Let's get on to the next thing as far as this Cricket Happening show is concerned. I am going to talk about the Big Bash League, and the reason I am talking about the Big Bash League is the first semi-final was played today. Played between Perth Scorchers and Melbourne Stars, and Perth Scorchers were the ones who made it to the finals of the Big Bash League, and it was absolutely led in the front by a wonderful spell from Mitchell Johnson. It was a dream spell for Mitchell Johnson. What a spell from Mitchell Johnson. What he did is he totally shaved the top order of the Melbourne Stars innings by getting wickets in a very regular basis. In fact, if we look at Mitchell Johnson's figures, 4 overs, 2 maidens, 3 runs and 3 wickets. And that was the time I thought that definitely Perth Scorchers were absolutely in the game because he picked up 3 wickets. He first dismissed Rob Quinney out for naught. Luke Wright was the next one gone for naught, and he also picked up the wicket of the very important Kevin Peterson for 5 to really have this Melbourne Stars innings on the absolutely on the rails at 21 for 3. And then it was only thanks to Gotch who contributed 48 of 47 deliveries, 3 fours and 3 sixes. Stoinis contributed 5 of 11 with 1 4. Hussey made a good looking 26 of 20 deliveries, 1 4 and 2 sixes. Gulbis was out for 9 of 8 balls with 1 4. Ilfanaus made 10 of 6, 1 4. Worrell not out 13, and Boland was not out on 8. And 136 for 8 was never looking a sort of a semi-final target there. And Melbourne Stars really Perth Scorchers really made good use of this particular wicket and got to a victory in fine style as they won the match by 7 wickets. Mitchell Johnson, what a spell from Mitchell Johnson. That was the time I thought Mitchell Johnson's 3 wickets for 3 runs is what really gave Perth Scorchers the final spot in the Big Bash League 2017. And I have to say that Mitchell Johnson was the man of the match, was rightly so, because he really burned the top of the Melbourne Stars to really leave them really struggling. Perth Scorchers, looking at the bowling figures, Mitchell Johnson's 4 overs, 2 minutes, 3 runs and 3 wickets. Richardson 4 overs, 1 for 32. Bresnan 4 overs, 1 for 26. Ashton Agar 3 overs, 1 for 25. Tyball 4 overs, 1 for 34 was the most costliest of the lot there. Turner 1 over, no maiden, 1 for 11. And as far as the Perth Scorchers were concerned, they were given a target of 137 runs to make from 20 overs, but they only had readed only 16.5 overs. Whiteman on the top. They lost Klinger early to the bowling of Worrell for 7 of 5 with 1 6, and then it was left to Sam Whiteman and Sean Marsh to guide them through, and they put on a partnership of 54 runs before Whiteman, after contributing 31, was the victim of Stoinis, out for 31 of 26 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6, and then Sean Marsh stood there in the front and saw to it that Perth Scorchers had a spot in the final. He was not out on 56 of 44 deliveries, 8 fours. Adam Burgess was out for 30 and 11, 1 4, 1 6, and Ian Bell was there to give company to Sean Marsh in the victory march, as he contributed an unbeaten 26 of just 15 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6, and the match over. Perth Scorchers winning the match by 7 wickets and entering into the finals of the Big Bash League 2017. As far as Hilfenhaus was concerned, 3 overs, 1 for 16. Worrell was costly, but he picked up 1 wicket for 40. Michael Beer, the spinner, left-arm spinner, 3.5 overs, no maiden, 34, was really carted all around the park. Boland 3 overs, none for 21. Stoinis 1 for 15. And Gulbis 1 over, no maiden, none for 9. Mitchell Johnson, as I said, was named man of the match. So that is as far as the Big Bash League is concerned. So Perth Scorchers have entered the finals of the 2017 Big Bash League, and congratulations to them. Now, as far as the other cricket news is concerned, just having a look at it, I can say, there's nothing much, but definitely I can say that there was a match between United Arab Emirates and Scotland, and it was United Arab Emirates. Usman and Mufti were the ones who actually took the United Arab Emirates to victory. And as far as other news are concerned, Joe Many, the Aussie bowler, has suffered a minor brain bleed after on a training accident. His head was hit, and I'm sure he's convalescing in hospital right now, and one wishes him well. Everything goes well for him. And other than that, I'm just trying to see whether there's any other news that dear fans and subscribers, I'm not going to really go, but one thing just before I go, I can tell you that, as you would remember, in the series against when Pakistan and Australia were playing, Misbah ul Haq had a very poor series, as you would remember, with a bat, and as you know, he's a sort of the pillar around which this whole Pakistan team revolves, because he has always been a very successful person when the Pakistan chips were down, and has been a very successful captain. And as you know, the Pakistan Super League is coming up, and Misbah ul Haq has definitely said that he's going to assess himself during the tournament, and accordingly he will be moving, and will probably like to take the call in the month of February, and one will know whether Misbah ul Haq feels that whether he still has it in him to give his all for Pakistan, or whether it is time for him to bring the curtain down on his very, very wonderful cricketing career. So that is something that I wanted to share just before I leave this cricket show for today. Hope you all enjoyed this cricket broadcast of mine, and I can assure you that I'll be back tomorrow on my next cricket broadcast. Till such time that happens, it's good night.